So when it comes to vision problems, women are at a higher risk for eye disease than men. Yeah, according to the National Eye Institute, we are more likely to also develop cataracts, age-related macular degeneration, and we are 2 times more likely to develop dry eye. Oh, really? Yep, we are. All right, to talk more about this is Dr. Ashley Cowart, an optometrist with Florida Eye Specialists, who's joining us this morning. Good morning. Boy, talk about leading with the bad news, right? Okay, so let's start, if we could. Why are these issues that impact women more often than they do men?
Sure. So as women, we have a longer life expectancy. So eye conditions such as glaucoma, cataracts, and macular degeneration, these are things that happen at a greater increased frequency with age. So that's why women are more effective. But even accounting for age, we think that there may be some hormonal differences with women that can also affect us and make us more susceptible.
So another issue is dry eye. Would you explain what that is? How does someone know that they may be suffering from that and not just didn't get a great night's sleep the night before and that's why their eyes are itching?
Sure. So dry eye is a very common condition. We previously thought that it was just due to a lack of tears, but what we're learning is that may be true for some people, but for actually a large percentage of people that we make enough tears, we just don't have the right mix of chemical mix with our tears. And as women, there's a lot of things that we're doing that can throw off our tear chemistry.
Like what? Or you're going to start talking about eye makeup now. I just feel it coming. No.
So eye makeup, not completely removing eye makeup, contact lenses, and being on digital devices a lot.
Really? So that can so that's something that can also impact men. Let's not leave them out of this category, right? Okay. So what are the treatment options specifically for dry eye?
So first-line therapy, there's some great options at your drugstore. Preservative-free artificial tears, hot compresses, and over-the-counter lid hygiene products. After that, if those products aren't working, it's really important to see your eye doctor. There's some great new treatment options. There's prescription medications, in-office treatments, there's actually biologic treatments, and believe it or not, there's now, for people that don't like eye drops, there's a nasal spray to treat dry eye.
That works?
Prescription nasal spray.
It does. And then what are the signs that you're suffering from dry eye? Is it itchy and irritation, or how do you know?
Dry, itchy eyes, but there's also some signs that you may not realize are dry eye. So blurry vision, light sensitivity, and even some watery, irritated eyes can be from dryness. Is there something that we should all be doing to help preserve our vision? We live in Florida, there's the sun here, you know, I always hear from my eye doctor, you need to make sure you wear your glasses, you know, your sunglasses. Absolutely. So yes, UV protection is very important. Also, get an eye exam. There's a lot of things that you might not detect just from changes in your vision until it's much later. So very important to get an eye exam. And last, don't smoke. We know that conditions like macular degeneration, you're much more likely to have vision problems if you're a smoker. Is there, you know, we hear all the time about, you know, having your mammogram by a certain age and other annual exams. Is there, you know, a rule of thumb when it comes to, for men and women, when they should really start thinking about getting their eyes examined on a regular basis? So it's important at all ages to have regular eye exams, but a few benchmarks, maybe at 40, definitely get an eye exam. And then adults 60 and up, it's very important to get an annual eye exam because that's when a lot of these conditions like cataracts, macular degeneration, glaucoma tend to show up more frequently. And if you catch those conditions earlier, can you prolong, you know, delaying the onset? Absolutely. You know, at Florida Eye Specialists, we treat a wide variety of eye conditions, and it's really important. We have a lot more treatment options if you come in early. So if someone's detecting a change to their vision or if they haven't had an eye exam in a while, it's really important to get in because these things sound scary, but they're very treatable and very manageable many times. Yeah, a lot of times it's just about catching things early. Doctor, thank you for your time this morning. We appreciate it. Thank you.